Hey teens, I'm Miss Abby, your Teen Services Librarian for the Slido branches of the St. Tammany Parish Library. Today I'm going to show you how to make the I'm Watching You craft from your October Teen Tote. Before we get started making the craft, let's go over what our Arts and Crafts Tote is. So our Arts and Crafts Tote is one of our free subscription services we have for teens. We have two totes for this. The Arts and Crafts Tote is the one that you register for between the 15th and the 30th of every month to receive between the 15th and the 30th of the following month. So if you register before the October 30th, you will receive November's Arts and Crafts Tote between the 15th and the 30th of November. And that one's going to be kind of fun. We're going to be making scarecrows out of popsicle sticks and dream catchers. So you definitely want to sign up for that. And you'll get a snack in that bag and usually some kind of fun swag. Similarly, we have the Teen Book Tote. And that one you register between the 1st and the 15th of one month to receive the following month between the 1st and the 15th. So if you register between the 1st and the 15th of November for the book tote, you will receive the December's between the 1st and the 15th of December. And that tote, when you register for it, you pick between two themes. And once you pick that theme, we will pick two books that fit that theme from the YA collection and any other parameters you put down for you to check out. And there'll be a surprise until you do. And in that bag, you will also receive a snack, usually some kind of candy, and some sort of swag. We've done t-shirts. We've done free books, socks, knickknacks for our games for Halloween. We've done all kinds of really fun things, so you definitely don't want to miss that. So now that we've gone over that and what those totes are, let me tell you how to register for them. So if you go to sttamanylibrary.org, you can go to the teen page there and sign up for those bags, those subscription totes. You need to register for them for every month that you want them. So you need to come back in December, you need to come back in January if you want to receive it again. Let's go on to our crafts. So these are the materials that you're going to need to make the I'm Watching You magnets. So in your bag, you will have a container of glue, some fun eye printouts. You can also use some eyes from magazines. So if you have a magazine with photos, and they have a cool eye that you want to try to use, you can also use that. Or if you didn't get a teen tote and you're getting your own materials and you don't want to print these out, then you can absolutely go scour magazines, make sure it's not one your mom's reading now, get permission, and cut out some fun eyes. Some magnets. I use Q-tips for the glue application. If you have a glue bottle with the nozzle and you don't need it, that's fine. You can also use a paintbrush. But in your tote, you will receive the Q-tips because they're just easier. Some magnets and the marbles, glass marbles with a flat bottom. And if you're doing this at home on your own and you didn't get this kit, you're going to need a pencil or a pen. These shapes or eyes that I've printed out all fit the marbles. But if you're doing this at home from a magazine, you're going to need a pencil or a pen so that you can trace the size. And it's okay if you get a little bit of the white. It's okay if you make it a little too small. You're not really going to be able to notice some of that stuff once all of this is put together. And then not in your bag that you need is a pair of scissors. I like a nice good pair of scissors, but any pair will really cut the paper, so you don't have to worry about that. Whatever you've got is fine. So each teen received enough materials to make at least 5 magnets. You have more eyes than you need because I wanted you to have choices. So all you need to do, this is a really simple craft, that's why there's enough for you to make 5 of them so you can kind of have fun with it, is to choose which eye you want. I like this really cool, almost tie-dye looking eye for any of the teens who know me. You know how much I absolutely love tie-dye, so of course I'm going to go for the one that's the most colorful. And I'm just going to cut out around it. And like I said a minute ago, if you accidentally leave a little too much white, or you want to play with the effect and see what maybe a nice cool ring of white around the eye would look like, or if you accidentally cut into the eye a little bit, it's not really going to matter a whole lot. A lot's going to be hidden by that really cool marble effect. And the magnet also is going to be on it. So you're not going to be able to see some of the stuff. So don't worry about it if you accidentally cut around the eye a little too much and make a jagged edge. It's going to be fine. So I have the eye that I really want. And I'm only going to cut one right now. And this is also the beauty of this. If you only have time for a little bit of crafting, but you still want to do something, this is something that you can easily start and stop as you go. You just put the lid back on your glue. And like I said before, if you're using this from a magazine, you're going to need a pen so you can trace it out and get about the right size. So once I have my eye nice and cut out, I'm going to take my Q-tip and do a little bit of a dollop on my marble. I'm going to try to spread that out evenly, but with a lot of this for this project, if it's a little clumpy, that's okay. This glue is going to dry clear. And you can also push out some of the excess. Now, when you first put your eye on the glue, it's going to look a little milky. It's fine. I promise it's going to dry clear. You just have to give it enough time. So you're going to take your eye, print side down, and you're going to place it onto your marble. Try to get it on there as centered as you can. But again, if it's off to the side a little, it's going to be fine. And so mine's a little milky right now because that glue is fresh and wet. But once it dries, it's going to be pretty clear. It's kind of cool. So I'm going to set it down. I have that eye pushed on pretty well. I've done a nice firm press to it. You don't want to keep shifting on it because then you're going to move your eye out of the center. And these magnets are adhesive. But I like to add a little extra glue just to make sure it stays where I want it to stay. So I'm going to go all the way around. I'm going to kind of go a little bit over to the marble just to add a little extra adherence. So I have a nice layer of glue over that. And then I'm going to take my magnet and there's a little backing on it. So you just pull it off. Like I said, these are adhesive. And then you're going to place your marble right on top. And this one, marble, is a little smaller than the magnets. I have some that are a little bit bigger than the magnet. So you might see a little bit of that black edge. You can totally cut the magnet if you want. I kind of like the extra barrier on it. I think that's going to help keep the glue on really well. And I think it gives it a nice effect. And that's really all you have to do to make these. I'm going to make another one real quick so you can see maybe a different size marble on this magnet. So let's see about that amber one. Isn't that kind of cool? There's also more of an owl type of looking eye over here that I think is neat. Let's see. Yeah, let's go for the amber, I think. So my knife cutting skills are my scissor skills are not very great. So I like to kind of cut off my little square first before I go around it. So that I don't accidentally mess up the others. That way if I do mess up this one, I can still get another eye. So I have my amber eye cut out. And I'm going to do the same thing I did before. I'm going to do my nice dollop of glue. I'm going to try to keep it as even, but if I have to push some of the excess glue out, that's okay too. This eye is kind of cool. It's got that nice little shading over here. So that'll be really neat coming from the magnet. And again, I'm going to kind of push it down. Some of that excess glue might come out the sides. But you're about to put that magnet on top, so it's okay if it comes out to the sides a little bit. Just make sure it doesn't go over the side of your marble to the front. You can scrape that off later after it dries, but you know, if you don't have to, it's probably best. So I have that eye firmly placed down, print side down. I'm going to do my glue on top again. And I'm going to place my magnet. And it's okay if a little bit of that glue comes out onto that magnet because it's going to dry clear and it's going to help hold that magnet on. Oop, I got a little on top, but again, I can clean that off after it dries and it'll look perfect. So that's my other magnet. Isn't that kind of neat? It's a little bit creepy, right? Especially if it's a human eye from a magazine. And these will be great. You can put them on your locker at school, or you can hang them if you have a magnet board at your home to put some pictures on. They just add a little extra flair. But the great thing about this is if you don't like the eyes, you can do just about any other image. So if you have another magazine at home with some cool designs in it or a fun word, then you can absolutely use that instead of an eye. It's up to you. So that is it for this craft. That is the I'm Watching You magnet. Kind of neat. And again, if you don't want to do the eyes, that's okay. You can get some cool photos, some fun designs. Maybe you have some scrapbook paper you want to use. That will also work here. And you have 5 marbles and 5 magnets and enough glue and eyes to do all 5 of them. So go a little crazy if you want. It's okay. Just before you cut up any magazines or newspapers, make sure your parents are okay with that. You never know who's reading something. It's nice to be considerate. So that's it. Thank you for joining me for the I'm Watching You magnets. And I hope you have a very fun and creepy, if you like that, Halloween.